WesWes Show.
Well, okay, everyone, we're back again for another episode of the MT Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name is Cams, and I'm here in the heart of West Auckland with the brothers, Leti Smith, Filipo. What's up?
Hey.
Bruce. Good to see you, cuz. How are you?
Yeah, good cuz. Just it's a nice Sunday afternoon. Managed to.
It is, man. It is. It's warm today.
It is. So yeah, just like grateful to be on the EOTC instead of just being a listener. It's been a while.
No, absolutely, man. First of all, how about we just go? It's a fucking glorious morning in the city of the 09. The bridge never looked cleaner, the water never looked bluer, and the sky never looked this much bluer, and the sun sitting in the West Auckland, man. What a beautiful day to be top of the world on the rugby stage, eh?
Absolutely. What was it, 21 years? It's been
Shout out to
21
my
years,
neighbor,
is it?
Filipo Clark, who lives like 5 minutes walk from my house. Westy, bro. I don't know what he was doing waving his supposed to be club jersey in the other week. But give credit to your junior club, mate. Suburbs.
Good work.
Bro, on the high, mate. On the high, bro. On the highs.
Is this some shout outs, boys? Start with you, Filipo. Let's go.
Hey, okay. I think shout outs to I guess my wife for just like holding it down. I mean, my wife is a full-time mother and and works full-time as well. And it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy, especially with a baby that's still under 2. So shout outs to my wife. She holds it down big time. I work and I chip in where I can, but man, yeah, she just does the hard money. So yeah, that one's the special one to my wife. Just grateful for everything that you do. Leti.
Oh, man. Shout out to your wife, bro. She sounds like a boss, cuz. My list, first of all, shout out to my daughter Nikita, wrapped up her first or her uni. So she's for one paper. She's not at school anymore, but yeah, she's fully clocked out of uni. 3 years, man, it's gone like a blink of an eye. Yeah, I'm just happy for her, excited for her, but I also wanted to just give her flowers for also like trying to put in the effort this year, trying to play full-time footy with Eden. They sadly missed out of semis outside the top 4, but nonetheless still finished top of the round with the most tries scored and points scored overall in the pre-development women's comp. So shout outs to her. Another one's to my KUB singular supplier, Michelle Morales, man. This lady's been good by me. I know we've got like 4 singlets in the works. They haven't been dropped yet. I got to pay her a visit. So shout outs to her. I'll probably make my way out to Central and pop in this year. Another one's to my also Lance Liu Fao. He's aka Top Shelf Barber. So this guy was trained up by Robbie. Oh shucks, man, I've gone and done it again. But Robbie used to work for Kim's Cut back in the day. Robbie Somaliti. Rest in peace to him. Lance is one of the boys that Robbie trained. It's actually his little cousin, and he mentioned Flowers and guys who helped him get them to where they are. And he made a special acknowledgement to Luke, which is Kim's son. He works in town. Flip, man, my brain's doing it again. Yeah, and then I also mentioned to him that hard work, man, gets you a long way, and I know those mentors above him wouldn't have realize how far Lance was gonna push the barber game. So shout outs to him also, Lance. And my last one's to my wife and kids, man. We made it down to the pub down at Henderson Sizzler to watch the Blues Whanga the Chiefs last night. I just want to say that's what happens when people bank on a team who goes down to Wellington and beats all those Wellingtonian supporters. Because if you're not going to go sell out your stadium on a semi-final knowing that it might be the last game that TJ Perenara is going to play at the Cape Town, that's what happened. The Blues stadium was packed last night, and all I can say is I was so proud that I managed to go watch it at a pub with my kids, had wedges, buffalo wings, and a seafood platter just for starters. And then, man, we just ate. Every time we keep scoring and scoring, the food tastes better and better. So shout outs to Henderson Sizzler for holding us down, and my 8 seats sitting at the pub watching the big screen, and also to my coach, Des McGrath. So shout outs to Desi and his nephew who coached the Blues last night. So yeah, that wraps up my shout outs.
Nice one, boys. I just want to make my normal shout outs to all the listeners of the WesWes Network. You can find us on weswesnet.com. We've got some blogs up in there and some places where you can find all our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere else. Also find Empty Out the Clip Facebook group page. It's a private group page, so anyone can jump in, answer the free questions, and security will let you in. It's your chance to throw up some articles, or write some comments, or write some posts, and we'll talk about it on the podcast. All right, boys, I had a good week this week. Build up to the game, but how was your guys' week? I'll start with you, Phil.
Yeah, it was a good week. It was what did I get up to? Mainly just like the long week of work, and then sort of Friday night I sort of went out with my daughter, and we went on a bit of a photography walk. So I haven't seen my daughter in the last couple of weeks, so I took her out. We walked around sort of around Brito Mart, that area. And I just thought I'd jam the camera, to try and get some proper snaps of her. She was really, really into it until people started walking around, and then she got real shy. But that was actually a really, really good result. Managed to get some really good photos out of that. I think it'd be good for herself. It sort of blew up her self-esteem, but also it sort of it grew my portfolio. I managed to add more to the portfolio. Today ended up and just found myself at church. So we're sort of trying out a new church. Today was Kingdom City. So shout outs to Pastor Sheldon over at Kingdom City over the shore. Great place to be. It's a lot smaller than where I've come from, but it's also different. It's quite refreshing when you go to somewhere, when you've been to somewhere, for a long time, and you go somewhere else. It's quite refreshing because it's completely different to what you're used to, and it's sort of it shakes you a little awake, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that was pretty much us. Oh, we're sort of house hunting at the moment too, so we've been sort of looking at going to a lot of open homes. And it's it's hard work, eh? Sort of it's the kind of language that people throw around at those open homes, and and the listings and stuff. Man, I swear it's like some people are just speaking Chinese, man. It's hard work.
Is it the square foot lingo, or is that what you're paying per square foot, or is it the cubic inch, or is it the fact that you're looking at hectare per hectare, or
hectare, relax. No. So they're 100% that. So understanding visually what so if you'd like to see okay, cool, this is this. When they say, oh yeah, this is 100 square meters. What the hell does 100 square meters look like? So I can't picture it in my head. So it's just going to enough of those and and asking them that question. So when you look around the property, you're like, oh, okay, this is what that looks like. Okay, that makes sense now. So then when you go and look at other sort of listings online, you sort of got a fair idea in your head. So, but it's not just that. It's things like, this is a deadline sale. Oh, this is a negotiation. Oh, this is a tender. Those the different types of sales. So it's just trying to be bold enough to ask to say when you don't understand something, and just getting them to explain it to you. So, yeah, I think anyway. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Let's see.
Oh, now first of all, congratulations on your photos, bro. I've been noticing, I'd really I know a bit of photography, but the ones I do struggle with is the night ones without using the flash. I noticed some of your photos you took of your daughter, that the background had lights, but they weren't blurring out. So what aperture setting were you using on those? Because I've been trying to figure my camera out for a while, especially when I try not to use the flash.
Yeah, I don't use the flash. Period. That's way too hard. It's because you're blinding someone doing that, especially if you're too close. For me, I use it's a mixture of things. So there's the aperture of about 2, I think.
Oh wow,
it's f2. Yeah, I use a 50mm lens. The 50mm lens is it's easy enough just to use that in most settings. That's what pretty much all the photo shoots that we've been doing with cams. I've just been using that same lens.
Okay, so do you grey card as well before you focus?
Nah.
That's pretty good, cuz. Nah. Pretty good. That's very good, cuz.
Oh, thanks. Okay, validation.
No, I got what you say there. No, that's solid. Now, I've got a camera. The kids lost the bloody charger, so I haven't been able to charge the battery since. But on my camera, so much history. 21 years. So that's how long it's taken Auckland City to win a Super Rugby title, and that's how many photos I literally have on my SLR camera, and it's been lost ever since. So I gotta buy one of those Canon chargers to, be able to use my camera again. But nah, like I said, man, good stuff with your photos, man. They come out pretty good, clear on my phone.
Nice.
Now the week's been, what should I call, semi-sore, like, because I started a new job, man. I'm still like not. It's like my honey, like to like the moving. There's a lot of bending over. I'm bending on the conveyors, but just for the month of just standing, or like a week just standing and packing again, like it takes a toll on your legs, eh? Especially when you're working below your waist. Fuck, that's killer, man. Like, I think some of these boxes are like 15 kgs, and when you lift something heavy, you're supposed to have it close to your body and be able to move. But some of these ladies, they come and set up your station, like they're gonna stand there and work with you the whole day, and then they fuck off and go do something real easy. And then my mind is thinking, are you gonna stand here? And I just realized, like, it wasn't just me, man, because like after the morning shift leave, some of the ladies that I work with, they go, "Oh, how's your day going?" I'm like, "Oh, good." And then I made like little jokes like, "Can you just tell your auntie not to come and freaking set up my box, please, and my pallet so I can stack it?" Because I noticed as soon as I started like taking a step or a half step to put boxes down that are heavy, my body feels all good. But the moment you just stop moving and you're just like robotic, like taking, like not even moving, fuck, your body starts to seize, like tight calves, tight back, and then 12 feet. And then I realized like everyone goes, "Oh yeah, I hate working with her." So it's like me and my Filipino girls. Yeah, shout out to my Filipino mates at work, man. But now I've noticed that, like, bro, I work with a few people that are set in their ways, and they just think they know everything, but they don't know kohutaya about the health and safety and the food hygiene, eh?
Oh, that's painful, man. I hate those kinds of gatekeepers. I know exactly what you mean. Where they're so set in their ways that they just refuse to, when the change comes and the change is for better, or like making something more efficient. They're like, no.
That's the word, cuz efficient, right? Like, in my head, like, I'm watching this Chinese guy, like, and I hope he doesn't listen to the podcast ever. He's like a headless chicken, right? Like, to me, like, if you know efficient, right? If you know, you don't have to move. You don't have to move if your machine is running. If something is running, right? Why try to put the brakes on it? Why try and, like, if it's going the maximum speed it can go, what's the point of fucking around with it? Like, don't touch it. Just let the machine do its thing. There are sometimes you might go, okay, how about it's gonna be full in 10 minutes. If you know you can run 10 minutes without stopping, and then it's gonna take you 50 minutes to restart, why are you running so fast? It makes more sense to go half the speed you're going and pull that 50 minutes down to 25 minutes than to wait another 25 minutes. People don't understand that. Like, people that been in the industry long enough. But I work with a Samoan lady and she's onto it, right? She's like, "Why you stop the machine? Just fucking run it." So she's like, "Okay, run it." Her restart time is like 30 minutes. That's better than 50, right? So I work with this Chinese boy. We call him Mr. Kaloke. Like, that's the touch everything, bro. He comes in. We haven't even like did how are you, sis? Yeah, all good. How's the line running? Haven't even done that. Fuck, he just starts touching everything on the machine, makes it the next machine, touches everything. He goes, "Oh, you can go break now." And then my mind is going, bro, I give it 10 minutes, the line's gonna fucking stop. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, the line's backed up. I'm like, this motherfucker, man. But I just watch him, and I can see one of the Balang guys who employed me getting mad at me, like being like, "Are you gonna push him out of the way?" Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, fuck, I don't know everything. I don't want to get on this Asian guy's nerves because he might not fucking help me when I need something. So I'm just like, well, I'm all good. Like, I'm playing it down. Like, you gotta play I don't know everything yet. Because I'm having trouble, like, unlearning a lot of shit, right? Because I'm seeing these guys do, oh, that's a bit questionable, to like any in food industry standard. But yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough work trying to be like butter everyone up without getting on anyone's nerves. Yeah, that's what I find really hard. It's like, wait till I'm like 100% permanent. Like, when they give me the 90 days finished, and then I can be myself. Because then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, remember when I first started, you acting like a real ass fuck?" Like, bro, literally, man. Sometimes I'll be like, but I'm just playing dumb for the moment, I wait for the, hey, we really need you, man. You need to step up. I'm like, fucking put me in for the last innings, mate. Put me in at the last board. we'll hit it for 6, Don't fucking worry about it. Shit hits the fan, you're gonna want me knee. So that's where I'm at in my job, but I'm loving the fact that you can, like they say, they call it an honesty policy. Like if they feel like, oh, if you want to take something, just let someone know that you're gonna take a bit, and and they will for it if it's gonna be rejection or donated to to the Salvation Army. Feel free to take some. So I love that they got their open policy at work, because bosses are like, oh, we say a limit to $1. I was like, if we had a limit to $1 a day, it's like, are you sure? It's like
That's a lot
one
of
layer
stuff.
of a pallet. It's one layer of a pallet if you add it up for the month, So, just happy and blessed to be close to home, bro. That's what I can see.
Nice.
Nice one, boys. Yeah, I think busy week, man. I had a busy week, and it's kind of cool because on TV at the moment, the 3 TV shows have started. That's been so exciting, and so much content going out because I'm talking about the restart of our channel 135 podcast. Man, I think we put out 3 episodes in 1 week.
Yeah,
I think we did, eh?
Yeah.
3 episodes there in 1 week, and so Disney Plus, you got the Acolyte, Star Wars. You got that. You got on Neon on Sky, HBO in America. You got House of the Dragon, and then you got Prime. You got The Boys, season 4.
Oh yeah.
These are top shows that have started in the same month. So a lot of things to watch out there now. A lot of good content for our podcast, the Channel 135. So I'm grateful for the boys that jump on. You, Filipo and Eric.
Oh, once I finally jump on, yeah.
And and Sips. I think we did the X-Men draft.
Yeah, that's it.
A couple of weeks ago. So yeah, man, that's been good, eh? It's been real fun doing it, eh? Like, it's been really fun, and I really enjoy it. And it's good because after a hard day's work, all I can think about is coming home to watch those TV shows and do a podcast about it.
Oh, nice. Yo.
But it's good to get the analyze head mind in action. Just break down every little thing. Nah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. So yeah,
it's just a nice escape.
Yeah, absolutely. So just doing that, and setting up and getting ready for the Blues final and the Blues and Chiefs final at Eden Park. I tried I jumped online to buy some tickets. Free seats, right? Free tickets came up to like $280.
What?
Oh hell no! Those are the last ones left. I was like, oh hell no!
Were those like on the 50 kind of those seats, the little expensive ones?
Yeah, all expensive seats. So I was like, oh shit! Nah, no way, man. No way. So, it was all good. But man, what a good win, eh? So, yeah, I think we'll talk about that. We'll talk about our first topic of the podcast, the Blues Chiefs game. Final 21 years since last time Auckland lifted that cup. 21 years. We don't count the Trans-Tasman Cup. We don't count that. That was during COVID. That was an asterisk season. We don't count that. We don't want to be associated with that. That Trans-Tasman season. But nah, man, it's been 21 years since we won a Super Rugby title. And put that in perspective. 21 years. You remember?
A lot has happened in that time. A lot has happened.
That is a person's childhood. That's a person's adolescence, all experience, all without a Blues win. If you live in Auckland, your family, your parents are Blues fans, you've experienced 21 years without a Blues win. If you were born the year after we were champions, we were defending champions the year. If you were born that year, you will never ever experience until your 21st birthday. And that's out of it to me. That's out of it. But I want to hear you guys' opinion on the game. But yeah, let's talk about the game, man.
No, I'll jump in first because I was switching between that and the Warriors, and I was just, oh my gosh, the Warriors is a different thing altogether, eh?
Was it 6-6? Was it?
Yeah, 60. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Three
66
sixes.
6.
Oh, there you go. Omen right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's an omen right there. Three
Oh man,
sixes.
but yeah, not to take away from the actual for what we're actually talking about. What I saw of the Blues game was that I saw a lot. What I saw was a lot of ill discipline. So I think there was a point where someone ended up getting sent off. The ref put out a warning, and what was it for? Because I'm hopeless at
I think it
Union.
was sacking, eh? He pulled the ruck down. He's pulling the maul. It was a rolling maul after a
yep.
lineup, and he was the one caught. I think pulling it down.
Okay.
So it was a hooker, eh?
He was a hooker.
Oh, it was a prop. Oh, the hooker.
One of the
new one, eh? Thompson.
Yeah.
So just he got caught that time, and that they were in that warning period. So I remember him saying, "Okay, look, next person who does something, they're getting the card."
Yeah.
And was it just him that just so happened to be that person?
Yeah. He just wore it wrong, eh? Wore it wrong.
Yeah.
But then, if you look at the weather, bro, the weather was dying, man. But shout outs to all those Waikato Chiefs supporters who bared the rain. Like if there was a forecast that you wanted to watch that game in, and you were the visiting team, and us Blue supporters, you wanted the rain to come and be like that. Because win or lose, you wanted them to leave with being sick and then stuck in a traffic jam and they're right all the way back home if they had won. You know what I mean? And if you've been to Eden Park and watched any game, it doesn't matter where the fuck you sit, man. It is shit cold. It was terrible. And the worst thing you want to do is when you're hungry, you have to go to the toilet when it's raining. And it was piercing down at Eden. Like from the moment they were doing the warm up, right from when the whistle was time to kick off. And this is what I should say and reiterate, man. Mackenzie is the biggest build-up Sky Mooley in the history. From the first kick to the last play into the first their try he set up. Like that's what you call build-ups, man. And man, and I'm gonna say it. I did say it last week. I was thinking Akira, he's got to win this. But to be honest, was he even on the field? Like I didn't even see him. Like apart from the one penalty he gave away and his first tries didn't even feel like a try. But it felt like he wasn't even playing, man. But I just feel like, bro, the Blues was just. They were on another level last night, man. On another level, man. Like, right across the park, the lineup was solid. Paddy played out of his skin. Bro, to be honest, it felt like Dalton wasn't even on the field. And I give it up to, even Ioane, Rico, you could not tell that guy was on the field. But my play that they would have had to be a two-way front runner, which would have been AJ Lamb and Plummer. Because Plummer was sinking those kicks, bro. If you were a golf player and you were trying to swing those kicks, bro, in the rain, like you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about once you're drenched and under the pump. If you were All Black selector, you would be going, which one was at the last World Cup? Because this guy was supposed to be a bench or a starting second five. And he put Stephen Perfetta at the back and started the final and he kicked every goal and he played well on defense. And above that, bro, he's a champ. Like I thought, like man, he should have got player of the man of the match, and bro, that would have been breakthrough player of the year for me. But yeah, what a win, eh? Like it's an ugly win. It's an ugly win because the Chiefs came all the way, wasted all their gas, and their team didn't deliver. But like to make it not even a close contest, yeah, they got to wear the shame, eh? Like that's ugly considering the last time they won was when Waxon did it, you know. So. Yeah, good game to for us to eat and drink at the pub and laugh every time we scored. But yeah, shout outs to Caleb Clark, man, because bro, that first try, even his second try or his third try. Oh, sorry, he scored 3 times, man. But even his second try was like, what the shit? Like, what a try, man. But yeah, it's mean game to watch, dude. Mean game to watch.
It's interesting you put Harry Plummer as one of your man of the match because man, I've been critical of that guy ever since, man. Like just because his a bit dodgy on defense, and some of his decision making has been a bit dodgy too, like in the past. But you can't deny his kicking ability, though. You can't deny his kicking ability, and it showed in this game. He was 100%, eh? Yeah, he was kicking it from everywhere. And you're right, man. It's windy, raining, man. But he was slotting those field goals. I remember when he first came on the scene, and that he played for Auckland, NPC, and Auckland beat Canterbury in the final in overtime because he kicked the last kick to win the game. And ever since then, he was the man. He made it to the Blues the following year, but he's been on the bench. Coming off the bench, he's been like a second string guy. And I always thought that he's an NPC player. He's not a super player.
Yeah,
it's all like Nico Hines. He's only a NRL player. He's not an Origin player. But man, I've been critical of Harry Plummer. But man, I think this game just told me, okay, this guy's clutch. When the game matters most, he's gonna step up, and he stepped up, man. He had an awesome game. Him, and you're right, Lamb as well. He's been solid.
Defensively, because bro, to be honest, there were times where the Chiefs, they were trying to. Did you see they had a scrum? They were trying to run it out of their 5 meters, man. Literally, in my mind, I was thinking, bro, can you see the field is wet? Fucking put it up in the air, kick it, and let your wingers chase it downfield. But they were trying to run it out of their half, bro. But some of the tackles, bro, I was I think Plummer and AJ's first hit, it was brilliant, eh? And in my mind, I was thinking, bro, if they're gonna try and run it out, there's no way they're gonna get through, because no matter where they kicked it down back, bro, Stephen was just gonna run it back or try and get Caleb back on side, and literally felt like I was just sitting at the pub, pretty much saying, bro, go left, go right. And even their scrum where they got Caleb to score, that was just just rugby smarts, eh? It's wet weather. Don't do anything fancy, just keep it simple, man. And sure enough, for Caleb to score his third try, that was bro, this game's done, eh? There's no way the Chiefs are gonna come back. I felt sorry for their teammate. Goes to show, man, you can play the best. Maybe they might use the excuse, we played our final last week against Wellington. But surely they had to come with a bit more than trying to run it out of their own 5 meters, man. Man, only the Blues of 2003 can do that shit. You know what I mean? They remind me of the Rukatoko trying to run it inside from the lineout. Remember that? From behind the try line? When Carlos threw that ball again, I was like, are you serious? Yeah, that was dangerous, but they had nothing. They literally had nothing else.
There's a stat that's out there that if you look in history of Pacific Super Rugby champions since it first started, every championship team has had a world class first 5. And if you look at these two teams that played last night, you would have put Damon McKenzie ahead of Harry Plummer being that world class first 5, but the way Harry Plummer played, man, he may as well be, man, because he deserved that win, man. He was awesome. That try that in the corner when 3 guys had hands to it, that almost got out of bounds. First it was Akita. Oh no, first it was Rico. He was going out of bounds, passed it back to Akita. Akita was going out of bounds, passed it back to Caleb Clark and scored the try. That was an awesome try.
You know what's funny, Oofs? So we had the bar leaners in front of the TV. There's about 6 white-headed Chiefs supporters. And the barman was, Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. They went real quiet. But when that try happened, and they were tipping it back in, all you could hear was those 4 people in front of the TV going, he's out, fuck off, he's out. In my mind, I'm thinking, well, technically, he's in the air. So the other bodies, it's not Tiggy, right? It's you know how you do that, you do that power line and you're out. It's it's not power line and he's out. He literally was in the air, fuck. But when he scored, bro, and the ref put his arm up, I was like, all right, anyone else? That's a laugh at my coaches goes, the reason why they scores is because you guys are talking, that's why. Fucking the whole public started cracking up, and then you went dead silence after that, but man, 21 years old, never been so proud of it. Bro, the boys right across the park played. Oh man, gonna be smiling until next week.
I mean, I wasn't really confident until maybe the try before halftime. When there were 2 tries ahead, and I was thinking, okay, there's a chance Chiefs might come back. But then they scored again in the second half. I was like, oh yeah, nah, it's in the bag. I knew it was in the bag. when it came up to, what was the score? It was like 3-20, 20 to 3. Yeah, it was sort of like, oh yeah,
It was 17-3, then the kick twin.
yeah, but man, I don't know. I was thinking, man, if it was the Hurricanes, we would have been playing that game down in Wellington.
Yeah.
Since you're from there, hey, Phils, you would have went
That's
from
us.
that's your team, Hurricanes. Oh.
That's us, bro. That's us. That's why I'm kind of quiet. That's us. Yeah. I'm just looking at some stats from the last time Auckland Blues won. Back looks like they played the Crusaders at Eden Park. Average attendance of 29,500, which is a capacity of 66%, just over half. And what do we got here? It was 21-17. So it sounds like it was a super close match. You had like these kinds of names would probably pop out to you. So likes of Braid, Howlett, and Spencer were the people that were scoring tries and kicking goals. On the other side, you have on the Crusaders, you got Hamlet, Ralph, Carter. This is 03 Carter. And Mertens. Oh my god.
Yeah. No,
damn.
Yeah, the Crusaders had a solid team, man.
Yeah,
they had a mean
yeah.
team. Like, yeah, probably like from date, like then it was I think it's David Gibson, that was before Steve Devine. I think that's David Gibson played half.
Yes.
Carlos
yes.
Spencer played first, 72 Poe, and I'm sure it's Mills. It might be Mills. Mills, Joe Rathoko, and who was playing then? It might have been
03.
Memory doesn't serve me right back for 2003, 2003.
I think it was Rico Gay when he played for the Blues.
wing.
When he played for the Blues, didn't he?
Then where was Dougie then? Was he in the middle?
No, he was fullback.
He was fullback.
Oh, yep.
Doug Howlett was fullback, yeah.
Yep.
Because you had Rubini, but he was injured. He was playing during the season.
Oh, yep.
That was his breakout year. Scoring all those tries, if you see it on YouTube and all that.
Wow, that's right, because that try that they threw across the park, that's Tony Kumaʻu trying to chase Howlett down there. Oh, Spencer down. Another guy stole it from the 1A comp. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I just thought I'd bring that up as just a side note, just a bit of nostalgia on the last time the Blues won the championship. But yeah, but back then there was the Super 12. They had, well, that was when it was like it was three countries and not two. So you had the likes of the Northern Bulls. You had, what else did you have? You had like the coastal, like this is the Natal Coastal Sharks.
Yeah,
like the Stormers. Who else you had?
Were there 5 teams from South Africa? Or only 4.
I think there would have been 4. Bulls, Stormers, the Cats.
And then the 3 from Australia, right? Was it?
3 from Australia, yeah.
The Cats.
Yeah.
Queensland, yeah. ACT, Queensland, New South Wales, yeah.
They still didn't win jack shit, apart from the New South, the Waratahs,
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
Pretty much. I mean, sort of like, it was almost like without the Crusaders, 21 years ago, the semi-finals were the Crusaders, the Hurricanes, the Blues, and the Brumbies. Interesting. So I think that was when the Chiefs were sort of the Chiefs were sort of down the bottom of the picking order of the New Zealand comp.
Yeah.
They weren't doing so great. There was the likes of, what's his name? Mason, that crowd,
Yeah. And Dion Muir would have been.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think Foster was still, just starting to coach down there,
But yeah, nice little memory lane for you guys. Bit of a comparison.
There's something about this win. Like I'm really happy for the boys. I'm really happy for the win. I'm happy that Auckland's champions again. Auckland Blues are champions again. 21 years is a long time to be celebrating. But man, something doesn't fit right. And I thought about it, and what it is because the Crusaders of old ain't there. That team that defeated us twice weren't there, and then they couldn't be there because Mo'unga's gone and a lot of their players have gone overseas. And we won this comp. We beat the Chiefs convincingly. Maybe we needed to play the Hurricanes because they'd probably be the better team, but I don't know. They stuffed up somewhere in the semi-final. But man, I want the Crusaders, man. I don't want this cheap Crusaders now that got no one in off the table. not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I want the Crusaders from last year.
Yeah.
You know, probably I'll never get that, and we'll never prove to ourselves that we could be the real best. You know, but
I feel like the Crusaders, like for as long as I've sort of followed rugby, which for the last 20 years, like on and off, I've only ever known them to have just solid a solid coaching staff. So I've always had like a solid coach, like sort of like the Robbie Deanses of the world, that were supposed to go on. They were the ones that they were always those coaches were always the coaches that never ended up becoming the All Blacks coach. If that makes sense. And like what they've always had like a they say, okay, cool. Oh no, Robbie Deans is gone. He's, they're done. They're cooked. Whatever. But then they're still winning championships, or they're still like they're like the Melbourne Storm of Super Rugby, because they always find a way, no matter who it is that's at the helm. And you're right. I feel like now is that time where like actually have these guys just run out of gas and they've just completely been gutted. Razor's left, the Exodus of Razor, Mo'unga, all of their key players are just gone. Is this the actual? Can we say that this is like the actual rebuilding phase of the Crusaders? Can we say that?
I think it is. I think it is. Because so many players have left.
Yeah.
And guys like Whanganguku, who has left, like he's young as, like he probably had like a few more years to play for the All Blacks as well. Stay in the country and play. I think he had Silver Reese just recently in the paper saying that he signed up for another 2-3 years for the Crusaders, so he's staying on. But I think it's the law of the money that can be made overseas is rearing its head again. Like it's unfortunate that a young guy like Lester can leave for the money, and drop the black jersey, the opportunity to play in the black jersey. But we've seen guys do that anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, and plus, even though this was the final and the games leading up to the final have been good, this playoff run for Super Rugby Pacific have been good. Competition still needs some work, man. It's not really a competitive competition, and comparing that to the Warriors loss, the Warriors lost to a team that's third to last on the bottom of the table, beaten by a score line like that, 66-12 or 66-6 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
that came out of the blues. But that's how tough the NRL competition is. You can beat any team anywhere. You can be at the bottom of the table. The Tigers could beat the Storm. It depends on what happens on the day. But that's how competitive the NRL was. If you compare that to Super Rugby, you can't compare it, because any team bottom or top of the table can win any game. And I think that's a healthy competition. That's a really healthy competition when you don't even know who's going to win.
Yeah, I think this season more than any, especially if we're just going to switch over to NRL, it's been probably the first season I've noticed where like there haven't been very many blowouts. So like if you think about the last year, the amount of year before, the amount of blowouts that there were every week, like the Panthers winning by consecutively 40 points. Yeah, they were bottom dwellers, but man, there were some absolute hidings that they did this last year. Whereas this year, you have your Tigers over Storm, and you have your the likes of the Panthers going down to the Warriors. You're right. It's a lot more balanced this year, and you're right. It could be competitive. It could be that people are just injury, and it's opening up opportunities for like these greenhorns and these sort of like these fresh new these fresh like Reggie's players to come through. Yeah, but you're right.
Speaking of the Warriors game, any thoughts on that? That embarrassing. I saw the post game press conference, and they were interviewing Tohu Harris and Webster.
Yeah,
and Webster was just saying how embarrassing it was. They trained hard pre-game, they trained hard before the game, and to go out there and see the boys just not be sort of physical. That's what we put it down to. Their physicality wasn't even there, and they deserved the loss. He said they deserved the loss. Yeah, Lewis said the boys deserved that loss. The way they played.
Like, yeah, that's just the shit attitude. Like, I remember there was a point where back in the day, Monty Beefon was calling out some of the guys in the change room about if you don't want to be here, if you're just here collecting a paycheck, you might want to reassess where you want to be in the next few weeks because it's poor attitude, eh? Like, if you're not in here fighting for a top 4 position or to take out the championship, you might want to go look for another club to go play for. I think that's what's happening to them at the moment, man. Because it feels like when, like, they had the injury woes of maybe like 6 of their starting players. Timaire comes back into the picture after 3 or 4 year layoff, and then the guys are winning. And this is where the footy show predicted, the 135 footy show predicted, the Warriors, if they're going to be contenders after round 10, whether they're worthy of winning because of the origin round, this is the next 6 games is going to just see what they're made of. They go and win the hardest games against the top 4 teams in the competition, sus to them, and then they get fungan from a bottom 3 team like this. That's just poor attitude, man. It's got nothing to do with effort. It's the attitude. Like, these guys clearly don't want to leave Auckland, and it's fucking cold here. Go travel up there and just be like, oh, it's nice and sunny up here. Should have just stayed in might as well have just stayed at the hotel, man. Like, I feel like if you're going to travel and you don't want to leave Auckland, how about tell the coach, I don't want to play this game? Because there's so much talent at the Warriors at the moment, and it's evident, man, right through the junior grades all the way up to SG ball. You can pull a guy from SG ball straight into the Warriors alpha. You're not gonna know who's missing. But
Agreed.
There's there's only like 13 spots on the field, man.
Yeah, agreed.
I feel sorry for the guys who clock in and be like fucking have the same attitude, like fucking just smashed them. Hence the guys that, oh man, this guy runs hard. Like, that's the guys you want to tell, fuck off the field then if you're gonna play touch. Those guys who want to play tag, go fucking play tag down at Starting Park or some shit. Fucking let the men fucking smash the fuck out of each other, because they need to be reminded. Hey, if you're gonna wear a Warriors jersey, you gotta be reminded, man. Like, bro, it's a whole fucking country behind you. It's not just a city. It's a whole country behind you. You sit on the edge of their, seat to watch you week in, week out. And on top of that, like, fucking, these guys want to buy every fucking stupid jersey you guys got, man. Like, fuck. The coach and the manager and the whole administration team need to paint that picture to the fucking Warriors players. If you get anything less, then fucking find a new club, man. You don't see Parramatta fucking fold like shit like that. When we're shit, we're straight up shit. And we can pretty much tell the guys, use a shit. But we sell out the stadium every fucking home game, There's a big difference, man. Huge difference. And the fact that Warriors Stadium was not fully covered, not like our brand new Project Stadium, that's what makes me sadder to be a Warriors supporter. That the guys are willing to sit in the rain, no seats on the grass bank, and walk around like packed out toilets and have a good atmosphere, and then go up to the Gold Coast and then fucking get fungered like that. They, like, shame on the boys for putting on a pathetic effort like that. And the fact that someone tried to change the channel at the pub and everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? You are lucky that the Chinese guy didn't let us get up and 1-2 punch you in the mouth. We were trying to watch the Blues play. He's lucky, very lucky. Like, I cracked up and we watched the warm-up for 20 minutes. It's like, the game hasn't started, but someone decided to change it to the Warriors game, and the guy almost lost his teeth. It's like, damn, this ain't the warm-up, guys. It's just a warm-up, man. Relax. Because if it was the Parramatta game, I'd be like, hey, someone punch me. I got my smart mouth powder, mate. Don't worry about that. But yeah, poor attitude. I just feel like for an effortless effort like that, like, bro, you don't let the game blow out 20 points, bro. 20 minutes, 20 points a max. Not 40, bro. Like, that's embarrassing.
That was 60. Oh my gosh.
Damn. Yeah.
Was that the highest? I thought the highest was against the Storm. That wasn't the highest loss there.
No,
they'd be close to it. I think 54 is one of their highest.
Yeah.
Shit.
60. Now that's...
Yeah. Damn, son.
That's when you have to fight cover and someone hits that note and you go... Hey, that's the long that note, man. Like, I just want to go home. I'm drunk. I'm fucking done. And then someone does, I'm at 60. Fuck.
I think listening to the commentary afterwards and just seeing how dejected they were. So like Adam Blair, who was his partner on the thing? God,
Was it
his
Honey?
name. Honestly, I can't remember. No, not Honey. It wasn't Honey. It was another dude. Anyway, like it was but even they were saying like, look, there's a point where you can have all the experience you want on the field, but if that experience doesn't count for anything, or if that experience doesn't equal effort or equal, things happening on the field, then maybe you need to just shuffle those people to the side and bring through someone who's actually willing to chance their arm or willing to give it a go. You see, they're sort of highlighting again, like all of the younger players, the likes of like the Labans and the God, what am I thinking of now? But they're saying all of the younger players were starting to step up, and you could say, you know exactly who they were talking about because they weren't talking about SJ. They weren't talking about Tohu. All of those experienced and very tenured players. They were really talking about the guys that were you could really see it, and there was a massive divide between the two. So yeah, I 100% agree with you, cuz it's just, I think it's time for maybe SJ just to step aside. And why would you 3 games in a row start to have success only for SJ to come back and you guys are starting to lose again? You can't. It's very, very, very clear. Like it's pretty clear where the problem is. I don't know. You see the SJ of last year. You can see how he was actually trying his hardest, and he was actually, he commanded the line. But you don't see that this year. You don't see it anywhere. Nothing.
Yeah. Maybe it's might be what's it called? A matter of like talking, like say Stacey Jones coming down and talking to Maire and Stacey Jones and Dylan Brown and that, and like saying, look, we're looking at trying to play 2 test matches at the end of the season. We're not gonna pay anyone who's fucking sitting on the fence. Like, and that could be the change in attitude. And if Stacey Jones realizes that Sean Johnson is not the guy, well, then maybe the club needs to wake up and be like, oh, bro, this guy's not worthy of starting at the Warriors, man. Because surely, like, you need something to, you need that desire to want to play international. And if he's not doing it at club level, well, maybe it's time to bleed the new kids,
Yeah, I think so.
Look what Plummer did. Look at Harry Plummer came along. He was starting second 5. He pushed, and then AJ Lamb came along. Oh shit! And they're starting. Stephen couldn't find a way in. Lucky that Lawrence got injured that Stephen actually got on the field. So maybe it's just something as simple as that, man. Just someone asked him, bro, do you even want to be here? Are you still fit for purpose, man? Because right about now, bro, I don't think you're worthy of a jersey, like a Kiwis jersey. That's why Australia have it so good, man, because the state of origin is only, four positions up for grabs, right? And no one wants to be the bench player unless you want the cash. At the end of the day, 2 of the houses are going to go play, one for Australia, one for Samoa, one for New Zealand. So there's only 2 positions there. But you want to put your name in the mix to at least get a state of origin jersey, So,
agreed.
And the sad news is that Daily Joe Evans will get the start because Queensland will win the series.
See about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because of the origin selections and all the buys that happened this round, DCE wasn't available for my Manly Seagulls. But we lost, man. We 12-0, man, against the Rabbitohs. We got a donut as well, but not as bad as the. Yeah.
Yo, see, look at that effort. You know what I mean? Without DC, and it's like 12, like, bro. Anything more than 20 points is like for NRL right now is nah, bro. It's not cutting it, eh? It's not cutting it, man.
Yeah,
when the Warriors do shit like that, they should come back and apologize live on the news. The whole team, every guy took the field, because, bro, it's New Zealand. They're New Zealand Warriors. They got supporters and fans up and down the whole country, man. You know.
I noticed when they do the rugby, they do it in NRL too, but in rugby union, the post-game press conferences, they always have just the coach and the captain. But I want to see like do it the American way, how they have different sessions. Like first session is just the coach. Second session will be two players. Because you can bounce questions off the 2 players without the coach there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that.
So
that
like
better.
in a because they really do that on the field after the game anyway, yeah. But that's quite
That's kind of quick and
jovial.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the reporter interview questions post game on the field, but then you have the proper press conference after the game in front of the sponsors, and you have all the journalists in front taking photos and asking the hard questions, or there should be hard questions anyway, and they should be answering those hard questions too. And those questions, if there was any New Zealand sports journals at that press conference, they should be asking those questions.
Yeah.
Are you gonna apologize to the New Zealand fans for this loss?
Well, even if it's just what would your response be to all the fans and supporters at home and all those guys who rung in sick to watch you guys play yesterday afternoon? Any words told you? Fucking simple as that, man. Like, fuck. The how many? What? The 110 different jerseys you guys have, and one guy fucking bought them all. Fuck, come on, man. The guy who mortgaged his house to try and get a butcher and freaking is your number one advocate, and he still can't pull anything like a loss like more than fuck. Come on, man. Like, yeah,
It makes you think, because they're sold out. They're sold out, and if they're ruled out, if the Warriors are ruled out of the competition because of too many losses, maybe 5 games to go in the round, and you still got those sold out tickets, bruh.
well, exactly. Yeah, it makes you wonder who was actually going to show up to these games.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not a Warriors fan, but I know those fans are hard out. They'll support their team no matter what. They've been through it. They've been through the worst times, man. There have been a lot of more worse times than good times.
I don't know. I mean, at least your team didn't get kicked out of the competition and then had to petition to get back in. I mean, far out. South Sydney? Come on, man. Can't get as bad as that. Far out.
Okay, boys. Let's you posted up some league videos. You got one of Tevita Pangai Jr. doing a hit on one of the Storm players, and got some reaction out of that, bro.
Yeah, well, so like I don't know. Everyone's different, right? Everybody pretty much talks about how the NRL quick to like they get the video review. They have the bunker, and then they have the calls at the ref live on the field versus what happens after the game. So those who don't know, Tevita Pangai Jr. signed with the Dolphins, and first match back. And from what I've seen on first initial contact, that's clean, man. This there now is questionable. But if you watch enough State of Origin over the years, there was nothing wrong with it. It was clean. What doesn't make sense is how he gets put on report, and then he might face a judiciary and they'll hand him a stand down period, versus the guy who comes in over the top, which is the number 9, I think, for the Storm. Why does that look dangerous? Like, I don't get it. The contact was clean. Wasn't at the head. He got him just below, which might be his clavicle, which is his collarbones. You know, like rugby league's a collision sport, man. These guys are gladiators when they go out there. They're not wearing pads. They're not wearing headgear. But that tackle was clean. Are you able to pull up the one from the footy shows, which is the Jarrell Skelton tackle? The Sydney Roosters versus the Sydney City Bulldogs. Similar tackle. And who knows whether a panel might pull it up. But if I was Tevita Pangai Junior's club rep going into the courtroom, I'll be asking, what's the difference? What's the difference in contact right here? Okay, he was a couple of inches lower. But there was no head contact, you know what I mean? And this was play on. The only difference is that Tevita Pangai Jr. had a second attempt at the guy. But that is otherwise clean. 9 times out of 10 is identical tackle, man. Clean. The arm was coming around. So this is to all those guys who say, "Oh, we need to get rid of the dangerous tackles and all the tackles," because timing was perfectly positioned, and the stance of his leg is in a position where a guy can't run over the top of you. You're always going to get bumped back like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just I think with the I think the exception is we go back to the Storm's play, the Storm game, that Storm number 9 running in. I think his reaction is more to the you're right, to the second part of the tackle. So he's on the ground, he hasn't, the tackle isn't complete, so he goes down to complete the tackle, and it's that whole like swinging arm motion, from an angle. Depending on my guess is at the angle that he saw it, he just saw a swinging arm.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's taking shots at my man. I'm gonna run in and help him.
Yeah.
So that's what I reckon has happened, and I like looking at it again, like. At fast pace, I watched that game on Friday night. At fast paced, damn, that was a good hit. Like it was that man ran into a brick wall, and that brick wall's name is TPJ. He bounced off of him. You could see clearly that his arm, at full speed, it looked like he could have been that he could have done it looked like it could have been a shoulder charge, but then you slow it down, you see these, he's actually trying to wrap his arms around him. Man just bounced off his shoulder. Damn. With the second, and I think it blew up a lot more because of the run-in, and that's the difference between what you see there, what you see the next night or last night with Jarrell Skelton, is that everybody saw how clean that tackle was, and I think we'll talk about it off here about like comparisons of like to Steve Matai and Jorge and what's his name? George it escapes me.
George Tafua.
Yeah. Those kinds of tackles, straight to the ribs, head down, and like what makes it look bad is because there's people bounce out of those tackles. But the only difference is
literally clean tackles, man. Like that's 100. What's disturbing. Like has been people like, because I read a lot of the threads, man. And then I almost hear like some of the footy boys might talk about, oh yeah, that's a dangerous contact, but it's like not at all, man. Like that's just a perfect tackle, man. It's like, it's nothing dirty like taking out a guy's legs where you like might put him in crossover leg and tear the guy's ACL or anything. That was literally like as good as it gets. But like the moment they stomp that out, bro, you might as well teach everyone how to tackle again. Because that's perfect timing. Like that to me is like, that's how you time a good hit. Like if you want to put a shot on someone, those two prime examples are the best way to do it, man. Catch the guy on his outside, Unless you're going to talk about like one that I've posted on the footy show where the guy's taking it off the back fence and runs between two guys, and all they do is just close the gap. It's like, bro, no one's going to run through that gap, And he pretty much just bump yourself off because you didn't have any footwork and couldn't break through the tackle, But I just feel like, man, that's gonna be on a highlights reel, and it's not Tevita that's the idiot. It's the guy who runs in,
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I'm like you guys, man. I don't see anything wrong with any of those two tackles. Probably a misinterpreted foul play when TPJ went to secure the man, because you got to do that. If you bounce off someone, you can get up and start running again. So you always got to secure the man. So there was a misinterpretation on that one by the number 9, who thought it was something foul and jumped in to back up his mate. But no, man, if it's not contact to the head, none of these were, then it mitigates a lot of illegalness in any of those tackles, So, yeah. You take away those kind of tackles, I think you take away a lot of fans.
Well, you make us stop watching fucking, that's what you do. You make the guys stop watching, like, because, like 9 times out of 10, right? How many games are exciting because, and it's not even the excitement for the game. It's if the game is close, and you need someone to pull something out of their ass, like, and it might be like a far long or kick and chase, or simply like just something like what Jarrell did, like it's a tackle, man. and it's a tackle on the guy who's carving us up, you know? Put the tackle on the guy who's ripping us up, because right about now we need hope. But like those are the differences in a lot of big games, man. Like, well, I'm trying to think of it. Like there was I think there's a Sean Berrigan moment, or was it the Hunt game? Hunt, was it a final? And the Queensland Cowboys are playing the Broncos, and the kickoff, moments like that. The guy who kicks the ball and the guy who drops the ball, and that's the final. It's stuff like that, right? If it's not a kick and it's not a drop ball, it's a tackle. And those are the things that change the position of the game, man. So the moment you take, rugby league's the toughest sport. The moment you take the toughest part of the game out of the picture, you might as well call it tag, man. Because you can do everything else except for tackle. So it's like, nah, don't do that. You're going to kill the game, man. So that's why I'm like, bro, those tackles are spontaneously great. Like, no one expects that. But if you know enough, bro, this guy's shot out of the line, bro, that guy's going to come off second best. And, man, that's brilliant to watch. Like, that's a highlights reel.
I just want to make a special shout out to George Tafua. That guy, man, Manly Seagull. Nickname Jukebox because of all his greatest hits. Yeah. I think he's up playing in the Super League right now. Yeah. So,
and he's dual international too. He played for Tonga, played for Samoa. Yes, Pacific games.
Yeah,
handy, bro. Like these. Yeah.
Nice, boys. Nice. Shall we get into some Fia Poko of the week?
Yeah, let's get into this. Let's see, what have you got for us?
Well, there's a strong candidate list here. And we're not talking about the Greens parties with their run of bad luck at the moment. We're talking about there's Ed Sheridan tells Dempsey TV. So poor auntie's Jamaican, right? And Ed Sheeran walks into auntie's house with his looks like his Jordans, and he's like got a tune about how he's talking to the mums, and the mum's not impressed there. And I just love how calm he is, like, and this is with the clash of cultures might be the go away. And her poor son is like trying to tell mum, it's your turn, like, chill. But she's not having a bar of it, eh?
Oh man, I gotta say off the bat, like I back what I said in my comments about this one. It's like I put myself in that situation. Like I think if I was maybe 20 years younger, I would have laughed at this. But I think now that I'm a lot older, I'm a lot older. I sort of look at this and think, what kind of I don't care who you are, to walk into, you're gonna sit there in my house with your shoes on, and you're gonna tell me what to do in my house. Yeah, so that's the way I look at it. And I think, that conversation wouldn't have lasted more than 30 seconds before someone would have got guineaed, and chucked out the house. You come into my house and talk to me like that, especially with your shoes on, man. That's the worst.
Oh, you'll be surprised, man. Like I've heard a few arguments kick off with the calm down. Bro, you're a guest in someone else's house and you're telling them to calm down?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a no deal for me, man. Like, that's like that, what's that dog on from next Friday? Chico! This guy, attack this guy. Yeah, well, that's front runner number one.
Okay.
The second one here, man, like, and this is from like Shella Sanders, and she was so freaking serious. So this poor lady, she's found a plastic bag with what looks like a I don't know what she thought it was. I don't know what, but it was just like a snap-on tool on a ratchet. And she's telling her husband, like, our son's like up to no good. So
it's bagged and it's got like it's bagged and everything. It's a snap lock bag and it's got the sticky note on there as well saying evidence. And she's looking quite distraught too. If you watch it, she's, I don't know. Oh, when I first watched this, I thought, "Kau koe te valea." Yeah, I don't know. I looked at this and I thought, no, looking at it again, I think, is this another one of those Facebook plants? You know? Yeah, I found myself found myself watching, what's it called? That found myself watching like the Facebook videos every now and then, and then you come across these plants that happen all the time. You know, they're just these.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
what's going to happen next? And then it lasts for like 5 minutes where they're just teasing you the entire time. It's just just trying to make you stay there. And I feel like this is one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like those.
Nah, yeah, I gotcha.
It's like
This is a
it's
man.
not-
Do you notice the man that walks at the behind? He's the guy that's in those videos.
Mm.
Those stitch up
true.
videos, those plant videos, yeah.
it's just,
This is
yeah.
our baby. Like, oh gosh. Yeah, well,
I mean-
she clearly is. If your mama thinks you can smack, and like, I like to see how you burn it, because underneath that you would have to need a blowtorch to
Yeah.
favela what you're trying to. It's like my uncle Timo used to have a pipe, and he used to light it from the top, and I don't know. I don't think he would be that dumb enough to put his lips over that steel bar that doesn't have a hole in it. Like, come on. This buggy's stupid, mate. But that's contestant number 2. And then finally, this was Sen's Radio. So apparently back in the day, I don't know who they interviewed. I didn't even know the guy. So he getting interviewed and he has to talk about a story. And he's talking about how he showed up to, was it a Warriors training? And he took Roger Tuivasa's shakedown. He said, oh, my mate plays, was it Sevens? And he was retelling the story and tells them like how Richie Blackmore told him that you can't just bring your friends down like we're playing down at the park. Like, bro, we're an academy, like we're a professional outfit.
Oh yeah, that's Anthony Gelling. That's Anthony Gelling and Albert Vitti. So Anthony Gelling's like an old warrior, old warrior. He does I think he does like the TAB calls now on the when the Warriors are playing. Well, he does it for Sky now, I think.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's obviously retelling the story about Roger and Richie Blackmore. Obviously roasts him and grills him and tells him, bro, you can't just bring your random friends down into our trainings, man. Like, you know, and need to realize that the Warriors bought Roger Tuivasa Sheck the following year, and along with Sonny Bill, and they win the premiership. A couple of years later, the Warriors ended up buying him back for like $1 million. Like, if that's not bloody Fia Poko of the week, damn, $1 million US or Australian dollars. Yeah, you fuck.
Oh, that's messy though, because it's one of those things, like makes you wonder how many of those missed opportunities are out there.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, man.
But then it's rocks and diamonds, man. Like, just to quote the Levels podcast, rocks and diamonds, hard. Because like it could be that dude. Oh no, it's one of my boys. He's he's top of our age grade. You know, he's the guy who's knocking people out when he tackles them. Only to find out that this guy's like a grown ass man who's who's playing age group rugby. You know, So that's just an extreme example of what could happen here. But yeah, no, 100%. That's like definitely like a missed opportunity. But
I think also it's the fact that you bring your mate to training. Like obviously there's a bias there because that's your mate. I mean, any coach is gonna see through that as a bias thing and say, "Oh, this guy really good?" Or he's just your mate.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
go home.
Go home. Get signed by the Roosters. No, we don't want you anyway.
And then the last one I put up here was Auckland Rugby Post. There's a guy who obviously posts stuff about like the results and stuff of the 1A comp, and I look at some of the comments, and this was obviously going towards the head-to-head, the collision of Hodgkins Satutu and Wallace Satiti. And one of the comments reads, "I'm not from Auckland and I have no loyalty to any of the teams. I would like to see Auckland Grammar return to the glory days, be the best team in the Auckland comp." And then Don's college official team replies, "Well, Terence currently the second only bonus point separating them from St. Kitts. However, today some of the colleges employ full-time, part-time coaches and semi-professional world. Those glory days are long gone, I'm afraid, with the wealthy colleges generally." Now, people, if you can remember and if you listen long enough, I spoke about how Custom played grammar at home, and one of my mates, Willie Rickards, is the head coach for Auckland Grammar. So I went down and spoke to Willie, and he told me I've got 24 of my 26 boys coming back. Now tell me how Auckland Grammar's sitting a close second behind St. Kent at the moment. They haven't lost. He said 24 of his 26 boys are back. Most of them year 10 and year 11. Now they're sitting top of the table right now. So Carson beat them that year. That's 2 years ago. So where this guy talks about the sporting talent and where it is and stuff. Well, I had a talk to one of my cousins, and he talks about how Mags closed the gate on what's it called, on the ballot. So if you're out of zone, and he even said when Mags last won a official team comp, it's because they had the gate open a bit wider. So meaning if you were out of zone, you could go to those schools. So how does that relate to whatever these guys are talking about? This goes to show you how these old men are out of touch with what happens on the ground and what's happening in the cities, right? Because if that was the case, and then in the last 4 years, and it's all about money, okay, you're saying it's all about money, Justin's won 2 of the last 4. You sure, where's that money? Because it ain't in the uniform, it ain't in the school, and I can tell you when they're reaching out to the old boys to for a handout, it ain't in us. So it goes to show, I don't think that semi-professional, I think this is hard work, man. That's the difference, you know. There's no money. I don't know where that money is. So that Don's college official team's got to be a fair box, man. Because yeah, I don't think my boy Willie's employed at Auckland Grammar as a full-time coach. I think he's a PE teacher. It's just part of his gig he's got. So yeah, that's my top 4 Fia Pokos of the week, bro. I'll leave it to you guys, man, because
okay, so we got let me see.
So we got
I'm
the
gonna give
Richie
it to
story, the bag of evidence, Eddie, and Don.
I gotta give it to the Ed Sheeran one. That Matawa Huia Poto, man. That's yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think that's pure Fia Poko, that one.
Yeah. Whether it was a stitch up or not, I don't really care.
Like I was scared, Like I was getting scared. Gee. Even though my child man, her rib might come off and she might have like nunchucks underneath it. Like shit. Or she could have simply just picked up the guitar and just gave him a little ball across the head over there. So Ed, and shout outs to Dims TV, man. You're Fia Pokos of the week, mate.
Nice. You guys had a food review?
Yeah, I had one.
Okay.
Just from literally from today.
Oh yeah, sweet. Where did you go?
So yeah, shout out to a little place named Patch. So after church, we went over to Patch. It's a little place over in Waido Valley. Down the back of it's sort of off Port on the road, if you know the area of like where the PB Tech and it leads down to Pakistan. It's sort of a couple of blocks back from there. It's a little place called Patch. It's a cafe. It's kid friendly. It has like a little kids area. That's pretty much where we went there. So we can get so our son could just like play in the kids area while we eat. I had something called a lamb belly. You guys ever heard of lamb belly? Yeah, no, neither. But you have now. It's literally is lamb. It's pulled lamb. Away from and it was in a burger. And like I was like, oh yeah, whatever. We'll just give it a try. Yeah, it came out. It was, if you can imagine. I don't know if you can see my hands, but like if you can imagine like a normal like brioche bun. The lamb, so you had the salad underneath, and the lamb was literally spilling out of the burger. Normally, like your filling stays within the burger, but this was spilling out. And when I say spilling out, imagine like your brioche burger, and then you have like a pancake. That's what it looked like, a pancake of just like meat sitting around the outside, and it was like pulled lamb. So good. If I had to, it was I can safely say that I needed a couple of napkins to be able to finish it because of how juicy it was. it was about, I think the whole thing came to something like $28. There was that and a side of chips. It had like this. What was it? The one thing that got me was like it had like kumara shavings. So you had like the meat, and then you had like the thing that had like deep fried kumara shavings. They were like sort of like sprinkled over the meat. I was like, oh, bro, that's just like that's. I didn't even know. I didn't even know until I looked back on the menu again and found out what it was. I thought it was carrot, but yeah, kumara shavings. So yeah, shout outs to a little cafe named Patch. So we had that. My son had like me and my wife shared, and my son had a toasted cheese sandwich, stock standard. But yeah, the hero dish for me was the pulled lamb burger. So yeah, I'd give that like just on because I've never heard of like lamb belly before. I'll give it like a 4 out of 5, like a solid 4. Like it's. My wife was like, would you come back here? Yeah, hell yeah, I'll come back here. Would you get that same burger? Hell yeah, I'll get that same burger. Because it was that whole experience about something that's completely different, you know? But it was just for me, it was the fact that the filling was just coming out of the burger. That's what blew my mind. That they weren't shy on that. So that was, I thought that was awesome.
That sounds yum, cuz.
Oh, yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, yesterday, right, I went and watched the rugby league game, the Super Rugby final, and I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago where we went into the Henderson Sizzler in Henderson and got the loaded wedges, and the loaded wedges is like $13.90, but there's enough there to feed 4 adults. So I got loaded wedges, some buffalo wings, and I think it's a snippet, or it's called a snappy. Like a snappy platter, which is pretty much a variety of like samosas, spring rolls, mini hot dogs. So they came to like $52 as starters and like maybe a round of drinks. This is soft drinks. But yeah, so we started the night meals with that as starters. And then I ordered all day breakfast, which was $17. Came with two sausages, 2 hash browns, 2 eggs, pieces of toast, bowl of baked beans, and 2 smoky bits of bacon. And then we got, for takeaway, 2 chicken barbecue meals, which is the NRL barbecue, for side of rice and mac and cheese macaroni salad. And then we ordered a seafood platter. So I think it came to just under $130, but that's enough to feed 8 of us. Good meal, man. Like the chicken barbecue platter that they serve in there. Oh, I'm gonna rate it out of 5. I'll give it about a 4.5, 4 stars. Only because I love their the way they do their I don't know, chicken. The breakfast, bro, the all day breakfast is a hit for me, man. I'm gonna give that 5 stars out of 5 stars. And then I'm gonna share something with everyone. So if you go in there and give these guys a star review, and if you give them a 4, they will offer you a free bubble tea, which is at the value of $7.50. So they got daily tea across the road, and their starting is like $7. The only thing he doesn't do is the crush ice like a slushy or Slurpee. So shout outs to the in there. And so, like I said, man, my family all got free drinks.
Nice.
So give them a star rating, bro, and like, you know, there was like $50 worth of drinks.
That's insane.
Free. And the meal just under $200, like enough. Like, you know, the kids were content. Like, to finish the seafood platter in there, which has a lot of calamari rings, man, and like I was like hesitant. I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna take out tomorrow. But then I would realize, oh shit, I haven't even collected my my iced tea drink, and sure enough, I got one. I got the mango passion with the pearls. Oh, damn, that hit the spot, man. And then I was like, let's go home now before I order another one. Ended up going to Pack and Save. But yeah, my overall experience with the atmosphere as well, the crowd. Oh, shout out to the 2 Tuvaluan guys wearing the Tonga hoodies, trying to play it down like they don't want trouble. But as soon as I go, trying to tell the old man sitting at the front, he's blocking the TV. Please sit down, please. Please sit down, please. And you could hear him just rambling off in Tuvaluan. And no, it was good vibes. does look a bit sus sometimes when you see young guys wearing hoodies to go and gamble. I don't condemn the gambling like that, because obviously these guys are walking in and out like, oh man, I lost all my money, and they go get another $20 out, play the machines. But no, the overall vibe in their place is good, man. It's always filet mou. Never see any horse guys. The barman's pretty good, and the timing of the food when it comes out is not very long either. So I think the max we waited was probably $10, 10 minutes or something. So
Shucks, that's pretty decent.
yeah, I highly recommend that place. I give it 5 stars last night.
Yo,
Because I love going there. And for Hita's boyfriend, he's not really big on going pubs. He said he enjoyed himself the last time we went in for wedges. So I said, we'll go back and watch the final there. And sure enough, it was good night, man. 21 years we waited.
but $130 fed 8 people.
8 people,
content.
man.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah. So
That's real impressive.
yeah, the only thing I didn't declare on my order was pretty much the kids' fish and chips, which is $10, which is my son, who was not having a bar of the place because he wanted a BK, but he ate the wedges, he ate the buffalo wings, and he ate his fish and chips, and then he still managed to go get McDonald's afterwards. So I don't know where the fuck he puts it, because he's skinny as, man. So for $130 is enough to feed all of us. Yeah.
There's nothing like good spread of wedges with bacon and cheese and sour cream with chili sauce, with sweet chili sauce.
Sweet chili.
Well, that's it. When Keita and they ordered the seafood platter and the second lot of buffalo wings, I'm like, we haven't even ordered the main meal yet. These two we already tapped out. They're like, I'm full, man. I'm done. I'm like, I want my all-day breakfast. Damn it. The game's still on. So as soon as we won, bro, timing was right. And I was like, damn, my I just love, I don't know what it is about having like breakfast in the middle of the night, eh? Like, it's different.
Charles, should we get into what have we been watching? Start with you, I feel.
Yeah, what am I watching at the moment? I found myself, so just going left field a little. This isn't exactly new. So I found myself on TVNZ. I was following Halo for a little bit. I watched the second season. I thought it was great. Not an avid player, like game player. I sort of have played it, in passing. But I thought Halo was like a really, really cool story. I found it like the first season was quite okay, cool. This is the they followed that route of like, okay, cool. These are the enemies. This is what we're gonna do. This is the story. This is where it was quite cookie cutter. But then the second season, I felt like with the second season especially, there was a lot of deception, and there was a lot of people like these characters that they had built up in the first season had all of a sudden been either killed off or they were like broken down, and like actually their entire I guess their entire character as you knew them has been flipped. So they were a good person in the first season. Second season, okay, all of a sudden they're a not so good person. But then they're all like a lot of these backstories about how these people came to be are starting to be fleshed out a little. So I really enjoyed the way they wrote Halo, especially the second season. But the one thing I want to talk about was an older TV series called The Rookie. Have you guys seen The Rookie?
No.
So this is about like a guy who in his 40s has like he's just gone through like basically he's had like a midlife crisis. Like his business has gone down the toilet. He's like an ex builder. His business has gone down the toilet. He's gone through a divorce. He's like living on his friend's couch or living at his friend's house for free. And then he just realizes, hey, actually, let's just try being a cop. So then he joins the police, goes through the academy, and he comes out the other side of Rookie. Now he's like on his probationary period, and it just shows his journey. And the man's like in his 40s, so he's like my age. So he's and it's all like it's fiction. There's nothing like reality or anything like that. It's purely fiction. But it was like it's interesting because like him coming out of the academy, a lot of people wrote him off because of his age, and like even like his own captain's like, hey, I don't expect you to be here long because I don't want you coming up in here with your sob story of having a midlife crisis. So you decided to join the cops because you wanted to play police officer or whatever, or get your frills, and like all these people just like constantly writing him off, and he's like sort of in every episode he's sort of like shows what he's actually about, and it's about like actually he's actually a little bit more than just he tries to show a lot more human side to the police, actually listening to the perpetrator, actually looking a little bit further than like the most cops are, and it sort of shows what it gives us like a reflection of what like of like the difference between someone who's a little bit older and comes in with the ideals fresh out of the academy versus someone who's younger and coming out of the academy, where he's had a little bit more life, he's had a little bit more experience. Yeah, this is him here. So this is the turning point where he's like, oh, actually, I could be a cop. With a little bit more life experience. It's amazing the kind and with that academy training, it's amazing where it gets him, and the kinds of situations that he finds himself in, where he can use that life experience to sort of to sort of de-escalate situations, get through sort of like tricky and having courageous conversations with people, and even down to like standing up to his like superiors. So I don't know. I thought it was quite cool. So it's on TVNZ at the moment. I think there's 3 seasons of it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd give it like I was watching it maybe a few years ago, so it's quite old. But yeah, just seeing it it's on demand now on TVNZ. I highly recommend you if it's something if you like cop stories, this could be something for you, and the perspectives too. But yeah, that's a conversation for another time, because that's the creative in me starting to come out.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to share one that I watched on TVNZ while you mentioned it. It was called The After Party, and it has Robin Malcolm. She used to be a co-write on Shortland Street, but and she's probably most famous for what's her name, Cheryl West, on
West,
Westside.
yeah,
and yeah, but yeah, I watched this After Party, and it's fucking good, eh? It's one of those nail-biting thrillers, but it all started from just an episode that happened, and I suppose it gives you what's appropriate and what's inappropriate, and whether you should be put in those situations. She has a party at her house. One of her daughter's close mates gets horsed, shit-faced, and he doesn't want to go home. He ends up, so instead of calling his parents to come pick him up, they keep him there at the house. And what happens is that she's obviously too busy playing host, that her friend, or her daughter's obviously not strong enough to help her mate. So the dad goes in, and he goes into, so this boy's half naked, and he's obviously had too much to drink, and the dad was like, okay, hey, I'll take him back to the room, so he doesn't choke on his vomit or anything. And the mum's obviously just too busy to like even forget, because she's got guests. And whatever happens in between that moment that she goes to entertain her guests and goes back to check on the friend, her daughter's friend and the husband, all she's seen is that the boy's semi-naked and her husband's lying next to the boy, and he's just brushing his head. So the rest of the series you make up as you go, like you try to figure out what the fuck happened, because what she saw, because she's obviously been drinking, is that, hey, fucking, my husband was doing something inappropriate, versus, no, he was there trying to sober the boy up and make sure he didn't choke on his spit, because you're too busy trying to play host and you're too scared to ring his parents. So it's one of those ones, you gotta watch the whole of the season, but it's broken up into like 5 episodes. I can tell you, man, honestly, if there's ever a time to get angry at the TV and want to punch everybody inside the room, you're sitting and watching it, you just want to be like, shut up, man. Like, I got that feeling when I watched it, but I also got that feeling like, that is why you don't drink with any of your friends inside your actual house, and make sure that everyone that's at your house, you got over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
No, it's a good film, man. But yeah, I watched it and I was like, that's why drinking is overrated, man. I was like, told my kids, if any of your friends, look, you don't ever be scared to ring me, I will come and pick you up. Like, you get drunk like that, like, fuck, man. But no, yeah, that was a good watch. I rate probably out of 5, I'd give that like 4.5 stars. Like, because it is really stuff when you watch the series. So that's season 1, and then just today and last night we started after the Blues game. We started watching. It's an old film that Me Before You. I don't know if you've seen it. That's the one of the pretty English girl, and she's looking after the paraplegic. He gets hit by the motorbike, but all of Ed Sheeran's songs are on it. And if you know his music from his first album and the album like that, I think it's that Waiting for You to Come Home song. But man, every song, if you listen to that, his album will make more sense to you if you watch that film. But yeah, kids said that they wanted to watch something sad, and I sold it to them. So shout out to my brother Johnny for renting it out while he's here on holiday, on his Neon account. So he bought it for $3, and Leroy today. So me and Kita's boyfriend and Kita worked on my dog kennel yesterday, which is like an office, by the way. It's like when people think a dog kennel is like a 1 meter by 1 meter. No. This dog kennel is like literally like a little office with a deck and some glass windows and a new roof. So we just put a new roof on it. And he said he wanted to watch something sad, but then today he said to me, "Sorry, that film is freaking good, man." And I'm gonna say a comparison to The Notebook. If you thought The Notebook was good and was sad, nah, you gotta watch Me Before You, because I think this is that meaning behind love can be sick, love can be very strong spell. But yeah, if you watch it, man, I'm gonna give the film 5 stars because that's how good it is. I watched it the first time with Nikita a while ago and we missed the ending, couldn't watch it. So we went on YouTube and watched the rest of it, and she said, man, even just watching the first part, the tears were going like the running tap. But it's a good watch, man. I give it 5. So Me Before You, if you want to listen to some Sheridan music and why all her songs like Perfect and that are actual hits, it's because of that film, man. Like that fits real good to the film.
Yeah, stars Emily Clarke, the girl of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, there.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but nah, man. Imagine being jobless and then landing a job like you would land in this film. That's when you be like, you will appreciate your life, man, and especially what she has to do. So yeah, that's a good film if wants to watch it.
Nice, man. I started watching the series on Disney Plus. It's called Clipped. It's a true story. It's a series. It's a series got actors. Lawrence Fishburne, he plays NBA coach Doc Rivers. So the story is about the LA Clippers. I think it's during the early 2000s season. I think it's 2010. Where whatever season Blake Griffin came into the league.
Oh, okay.
So the story is about the owner, Donald Sterling. He's a billionaire. He's a developer in LA. He owns a lot of properties around Beverly Hills. I think he owns half of Beverly Hills in terms of property. But he owns the LA Clippers. He's owned them since the early 80s. And he's considered the worst owner in NBA history because of the LA Clippers record. Because, they're always at the bottom of the table. And just the person, the kind of person the owner is, he's a rich white old guy who's racist, who still acts like he owns slaves. That's his attitude. Like he thinks of his team, the team
as his property,
and everything. So he's like one of those ones.
Wow.
Like,
this is real life.
This is real life. This is real life. This the type of person he is. But it comes to a head the time when Blake Griffin joins the LA Clippers. He gets recorded because he has a mistress, and and his mistress records all the arguments, and in the arguments, he got recorded saying some racist stuff about her. Don't ever bring your black friends to my games. Damn. Stuff like that. And she actually recorded it and sent it out to the newspaper, and it went out in the media.
Did we actually talk about this on one of the episodes of the Clippers?
I remember,
seasons ago?
That's right.
What are we? I'm sure
must have.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm sure we talked about it. So they've actually made a movie about it.
Yeah, they have, man.
You hear it first here on MD Other Clip, man. Shit, yeah.
But I remember what happened too. I remember what happened because they actually had a strike.
Yeah.
Right? So Al Bundy, he plays the guy that plays Al Bundy in Married with Children. He plays Donald Sterling, the billionaire, and that's the mistress, and that's the wife.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's about them. It's about their relationship.
Mm.
Oh,
And
nah.
it's pretty sad because he's open about his mistress to the wife,
Yeah,
you know, but the wife won't do anything because
because of the money.
because of all the money and that, But yeah, it's just
Alright.
it's just about that relationship and
But was
about
she
what
Maoli though? She was the lady. She's coloured, eh?
she's Latino. Yeah. So yeah,
Hey.
she records all the arguments and stuff like that, and yeah, so he said some racist stuff and
Yeah.
it went out to the public, which led to a strike. The
Yeah.
LA Clippers, did a strike to the game, and so the NBA had to step in, and they actually forced Donald Sterling to sell the LA Clippers.
Yeah. So he was the
So-
owner, eh? So he was the
He was the
big
owner, yeah.
Fuck.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I remember
so-
we talking about this. I'm like,
So
what
it's
the
real
fuck? Guys, that's-
scandalous, eh? It's
Yeah.
really scandalous, but it's also it's pretty cool because it's the background of what's went on, right?
Yeah, this is like real America
Mm.
with those white folk fucking being so rich that they think they got the power to do anything they want, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's real interesting. I'm glad they made a reenactment series about this
Mm.
because it's all over the. I remember when at the time, but you never knew the background. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Mm.
cool to see what went on, and yeah, it's called Clipped, and it's on Disney Plus. So if you get a chance, go check that out. It's good. It's a good series.
Yeah, but I want to watch that.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sweet boys, coming to the end of another episode. Should we get into some last words?
Hmm.
Let's go, fools.
Yeah. Okay. So I did this thing this week. The week just gone. I tried something where whenever I have a meeting, I don't take notes, and I try my best to just not to remove any distraction. So, and just sit in that moment in the pocket and try and be engaged in that meeting for as long as it is. So if that meeting is 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes of 100% engaged, and if it's half an hour, it's half an hour. So the reason why I did that is because I had a conversation with my wife and sort of a couple of other people around how our ancestors did not have a written language, and 100% of all of their knowledge was all oratory. It was all oral. You had to listen, you had to concentrate, you had to remember it, you had to recall it. So then I thought, okay, well, let's give this a try what this experiment, what it did is that it sort of opened my eyes to the really bad habits that I have. So things like sitting on my phone in a meeting. I'm online in a meeting, I'm sitting on my phone, not engaging, just like sort of chiming in and out where I really felt like it, right? So just off the back of this week, my findings have been like, I've been 100% engaged. I've been in the moment, and I've been able to sort of like have a better recall of that entire meeting just because I'm fully engaged with that person or engaged in that meeting. How can I apply this to the last words? So the last words is when you say to someone you'll give them your time, give them your time. Give them everything. So put away gear, get rid of the distractions, whether it be your phone, whether it be the TV, whether it be other people around. If you say you're going to give someone your time, literally give them the time, and just make sure that you're present with that person and be intentional about it, right? So yeah, that's sort of what I got out of there. So it's my last words. Be intentional with your time and give everything into that interaction. Welcome.
Good advice there, especially the ancestor part, because that's true, man. How would these stories pass down if you weren't doing the 100% thing? So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Massive, cuz no, this is mean. Oh man, I just wanted to share something that I watched during the week, and I probably didn't get to share it last week. But shout outs to my auntie Fia Poko. She made it over to Hawaii to be part of the whole group that are traveling over in Hawaii at the moment. But I just wanted to mention like something that's obviously said of me, and it's about our Tokerau genealogy that's happened. And this was the Treaty of Tokehenga that took place. And what happened was an American family came in and swept one of the islands away from Tokelau, which was the Swains family, American family that came on and literally like evicted everyone off our island. And so the people from that island either went to Samoa or they went to Hawaii. And I watched a video just recently of the last 2 remaining men who actually alive, which is going back 80 years ago now, who were in Akiwa in Hawaii, and they got to share about some of their ancestors and what they've managed to establish while being in Hawaii at the moment. And I just wanted to shout out to that family who actually took the opportunity to go live and share with us how they've managed to keep the anganuu and the language alive, and that was through the support of the Hawaiian people, and just managing to be able to still communicate and do prayer in Tokelau, like let it just diminish and become American citizens. So I just wanted to read something as well, like and this is why I feel like people who didn't notice what the activation of what that took place the other week, and this is something that I read that I know that the Māori Party is passionate about, and I just wanted to share, like, this government has removed the Māori Health Authority. It removed the smoke-free ban. It predicted it would improve the Māori health system. It removed the reo in the government agencies and named and discouraged the use of the reo Māori. It proposed to fast-track the bill that will allow ministers to approve projects and harm us on our own whenua. It's trying to remove the Māori wards, threatening to change the law and give iwi rights over the moana, and trying to redeem the tiriti of Waitangi. Now, I think about the Hawaiian people and what happened to them and how much of their language and culture has been lost. The Tokelauans, when they got kicked off their land and they moved to Hawaii, the only people who were trying to help them was the tangata whenua, which is the Hawaiians. And a language and an identity of Tokelauans has managed to survive in a foreign land away from Tokelau. So to anyone who's listening who is of Tokelauan blood, use this time to keep the language alive, because no one else is going to do it. Now with my son here, I get a second go at it. I owe it to my parents. I owe it to the next generation. And we owe it to those who got kicked off Alohenga. 21 years. It took us to win a championship. 80 years. Those people don't have a home to call home. So in saying that, every day I podcast, I promise to share something about my heritage, because my heritage is what makes me me. A proud Tokelauan, Auckland-born Kiwi. It's good. It gives the opportunity to talk about it. So, in saying that, I got my ngalo na taimi kua he hai haka le te tatou ngangana kai tēnei au ka tau mahai ki haka ola tatou anganuku o wā mai ko ka nā tino kua nā tuli ke mai ola henga ku tatou he mau nā awa no whenei kai malo ki te nā tamai tito ka lau kua tau mahai mo la tō tupuna o wā ko koe ko te rumana ki tatou anganuku ma tatou tangata Tokelau katoa ni, kai whena hoke maua o te awano tēnei, ka tolo atu ni, you know what it is?
That's your model. Mark, okay.
Appreciate you, bro. Man, it's always good to shout out your family and your heritage, especially on this platform. Some good words there, bro. Yeah, man. I think that's us for another episode. My last words want to shout out the guys at Sue and the crew at I Know It, who's doing their thing. They do live streaming events. They do weddings, funerals, stuff like that. You can find them at iknowit.nz, their website. Just want to make shout out to them. And thanks for allowing me to come over and commentate on the on your games in the weekend, the Tassie Roosters and Malaba Lions game in the weekend. I know you guys won't have me back anymore because I was a bit slack in the commentary box. But no, it was a good experience, and it was a fun thing to do. So thanks Stu and the crew. Yeah, that's it for us, man. Tune in next week for another empty out the clip. Remember to find us on our website, weswesnet.com. And yeah, have a safe week. Have a safe week, boys. Let's do this again. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
That is.
Yo. Choo.